live at a shot of Charleston, South Carolina. And this, the Battle of the Carolinas, as the Charleston Predators take on their neighbors to the north, the Carolina Skyhawks. In a critical game for both teams as we get into the playoff picture. Welcome into Fort Bethel Memorial Stadium in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northup. Joining me this week on Color is Mike O'Neill.
Yeah, Colin, excited to be here. This is a critical game for both teams. Charleston and Carolina are both in must-win situations here.
They certainly are, and Carolina's looking for a little revenge. They were knocked out of the playoffs in season 17. Despite beating these Predators, and they want to get back there for the first time in a long time. And for Charleston, they're looking to play the spoiler.
Yeah, there's a couple key matchups we're looking for here today, Colin. The first is, Charleston's got a really good defense, but Carolina comes in here averaging not only 27 points per game, but they're 5th in the league in passing and only 4th in the league for fewest turnovers. Charleston's got a big task here on the defensive side.
Point toss is all set. And it will be Brad Burchett kicking off for Charleston, number 4. Charleston 6-point favorites at home, over under 48.5 according to the fellas at Jack's Data. And we're underway. Return by Harish Prasad, breaks into the 30, he's to the 40, and he crosses into Charleston territory before finally getting knocked down at the 48-yard line.
Just a great job to open the game this way, Colin. Ultimately, just awesome blocking up front, and Prasad takes advantage of a great lane to the outside.
Matt South is the quarterback. Number 10, Logan Jack is the halfback. Number 26, Sam Avalis, Heath McDaniel Jr., Harish Prasad are the receivers. Tony Soma and Vince DeSantis are the tight ends. Here's South back to throw. Fires complete. A nice catch. And it'll be a first down and a whole lot more down to the 29-yard line. What a catch out there.
Just an excellent job here by the wide receiver, Colin. Just a really, what it is, it's a quick out here, and you see the corner try and come up. He almost makes a play on the ball, but South does a great job putting it right over that corner, and just a great play by Carolina to start this.
For Charleston up front, they have defensive ends John Lally and Dick Baker. Joseph Saboka is the defensive tackle. Linebackers, Jack Hoffman and Jack Brown. Johnny Bravo, Corey Meaner are the corners. They have a bunch of other defensive backs, and there's one of them right there with the knockdown. Pass intended for Harish Prasad, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Nearly intercepted. They teach you to hang on to those, and that's why they're not playing wide receiver, right, Colin? Now, just a great job by the defense there. South just trying to get it quickly to his good receiver in Prasad.
Josh Reese, John Stamango, Tommy are the free safeties. Tommy Zanardi and Zach Lay, who leads this team in interceptions, are the strong safety. South has to dump this off to Jack, and Jack will only pick up a yard. That's reception number 96 on the year for Logan. 3rd down and 9 coming up for Carolina.
Yeah, I like the idea, Colin. Just try and get a quick pass out to your running back, get your best players in space. But, South's got to make that throw a little quicker. If he throws that a millisecond earlier, Jack's taking it down.
Third down and 9. South under center. Quick drop back. Has a clean pocket. Throws. It's intercepted. Intercepted on the play by Jack Hoffman, the inside linebacker, dropping in zone coverage. What an interception.
Yeah, exactly like you said, Colin. Just a great job. You see, look at him. He reads South's eyes. He's going to drop back into coverage. He knows this is a post route coming to the middle, and just a one-handed interception there. Great job by Hoffman.
So we take a look at this Charleston Predator offense led by T.D. Drew at quarterback. Keith Swearingen is at halfback. Terrell Sutherland at fullback. It'll be a 3 tight end setup. Give off to Swearingen. Couple spin moves will pick up 3 yards to the 10.
That was a hard-earned 3 there, Colin. Just a great job up the middle. Nice little spin move, nothing flashy, but you get positive yards on first down, and Charleston gets to, they're staying ahead of the chains here, Colin.
Wide receivers Ken Vaccaro and Buchanan Simons. Jay Taylor is the third wide receiver. Lyric Da Vinci's the tight end. Here's the give off to Swearingen. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain by number 92, Phil Hall. And let's introduce you to the rest of that Carolina defense. Ryan Ray is the defensive end along with John Nevels. Phil Hall is the defensive tackle. Siobhan Prasad, David Ware, and Chad Stinson are the linebackers. Cornerbacks are Davidson Joseph, Mark Martin, and Tristan Hatley. Daniel Valentine, Monte Wyatt, and Kane Vasquez are the safeties. Here's a dump pass short to Jay Taylor. He'll pick up yardage to the 15, but he'll still be 3 yards short of where he needs to go.
Yeah, just a quick hitch route here, Colin. Just a great job, finding the open receiver. I like the quick release, but, ultimately you got to be aware where the sticks are. And now, because of that, Charleston's facing a 4th and 3.
So the interception doesn't hurt the Skyhawks, and they should get this punt in good field position as Prasad fields it, spins away, and gets knocked at his own 40 at the Charleston 46-yard line.
It's great special teams coverage there for Charleston, and Carolina starting this. Prasad's a great returner, and you've got to always be aware of that. But good job for Charleston winning that one.
Under center is Matt South. He has 4 receivers, 2 to each side. The receivers are actually inside slot. The tight ends are playing out. As here's the slant over the middle, caught by the leading receiver, or these Skyhawks, Harish Prasad.
Well, I would say, Colin, that it's, you're coming out here, and it's pretty apparent that South is just trying to feed it to his best receiver out here on the field in Harish Prasad.
First catch of the day for Harish. And we'll get a free play. South fires it out. That's Tony Zoma. He is way enough for the first down. I think this ought to be declined. Zach Clay on the tackle.
Yeah, great job there on the free play. South knows it's a free play and just gets it quickly out to his tight end. And just an awesome job there, taking advantage of that.
Dick Baker called for the infraction. These two teams played earlier in the year. Carolina lost. It was actually a pretty competitive game. It was 30-27 earlier in the year. And the throw out to Zoma, and he's been getting a lot of the work as he picks up 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Just killing them there with those quick out routes. Obviously, Carolina came into this game seeing a weak spot in Charleston's defense, and they seem to be exploiting that. It looks to be right now that's the game plan for Carolina on offense.
South under center, 2 tight ends either side, split backs in the backfield. Turn to get the Logan Jack his first carry of the game, and he'll get stuffed for no gain. Big Joseph Saboka along with Jack Brown combining on the stop. 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, Charleston's front 7 has been excellent all year, and they're doing a good job in containing the run, and no difference here, Colin.
3rd down and 4. South back to throw. Fires. Incomplete. Looking for Prasad, but just out of his reach. But that sets up an opportunity for 3 points, courtesy of number 17, Whistle Jones.
I don't know, Colin. If I'm Carolina, I'm looking at that play, after this game's over, and I'm going to be a little bit disappointed that wasn't a touchdown.
He definitely was open. Just put a little too much air on that football as Jones now on for the field goal attempt. The snap, spot kick is on the way. It's good from 44 yards. So with 7:01 to go in the first quarter, Carolina leads 3-0.
Yeah, just a great job, making something out of nothing on this drive. Carolina, just a couple quick plays, and before you know it, they're in field goal territory, and they, they're going to take the lead here, 3-0.
Here's the kickoff deep to Jay Taylor. Taylor with a nice return up to the 26. Move to wide receiver after spending the past couple of seasons as a tight end. Following a restructuring in the ownership, Jack Brown and Johnny Bravo taking over the ownership chair. Jacob Clear is the head coach. And Charleston will start with 3 tight ends out of the I formation. Gives to the second man through Swearingen. Swearingen will pick up 2 yards on the play before being wrapped up by Shervan Prasad.
Yeah, Colin, it's just little plays like this, that ultimately, if Swearingen gets hit by that first defender right there, that's a loss of 1. Instead, he does a nifty spin move here and gets 2 out of it and making it a positive play. So good job for Charleston.
2 teams not back in week 4, and it was Carolina coming out victorious 30-27. Charleston looking for revenge as Swearingen slams ahead for another 2-yard gain to set up a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and Carolina's out here early, just doing a great job, shutting down this run and just limiting it. They're keeping it, anywhere from 1 to 3 yards, and that's what you want really as a run defense.
Coming into the game, they're 51% on 3rd down conversions are the Predators. And this pass is caught by Buchanan Simons for the first down to the 49. The first time we've called his name today. And the leading receiver for the Predators sets his team up nicely near midfield.
Yeah, Simons does an excellent job there. It's just a post route. It's nothing too fancy, but man, Drew threads the needle here, just throwing it in between multiple defenders. Perfectly placed ball, and you know what they say, Colin, you can't defend a perfectly placed football.
Team leader is Simons in yards per catch, and touchdowns. That was his 52nd grab of the year. Here's a toss out to Swearingen, and that won't go very far. Tackled almost immediately in the backfield for a loss of 4. Back to the 45 is Swearingen by Phil Hall.
Man, Hall does an excellent job just getting through there and just penetrating that offensive line and getting through and making that tackle for loss. Big play there for Carolina on defense.
High formation. Jarrell Sutherland, number 44, the rookie fullback in front of Swearingen. He'll go out for a pass as this one goes to Keith, stays in bounds, cuts up the middle, and will get tackled at the 50 to set up a 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 situation here. If I'm Charleston, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, we have to be aware of where this first down marker is. Let's go with maybe a deep out route or a post or, just something that we can get this first down with.
4 wide receivers, first time we see that today. Drew fires, it's intercepted. Intercepted on the play by the Skyhawks. Returning upfield is number 33.
What a play there. What a play. And that is
That is Monty Wyatt just grabbing that one out of the air.
Yeah, Wyatt, obviously, like I just said, Colin, calling the post route, saying, that they got to take a shot deep. And I guess Carolina was 1 step ahead of me because they did an excellent job. Wyatt does an excellent job reading that post route, jumping in front of it. And they were 1 foot ahead of Charleston there.
3rd interception of the year for Wyatt, who had 2 coming in, 76 tackles. As Matt South throws it right back to Zach Lay.
And wow, Colin, just excellent. It's crazy. Back-to-back interceptions. This is unbelievable. Number 41, Zach Lay, You folks at home, you want to pay attention to this guy. This is how you play strong safety right here. He is blanketing this receiver just to get on a post route. Zach right now is 8th in the league for interceptions with 7, and just having an excellent season for himself, and just a great job there and showing exactly why he's so high in that interception category.
It's noteworthy for Jack Hoffman when he recorded that earlier interception. That was his first of the year for an inside linebacker. So that's 2 interceptions off of Skyhawk passes by this Charleston defense. And Swearingen slams ahead for 2 yards to the 44.
Yeah, just a quick run up the middle, and I trust me, I understand. It's a little hard right now, even keeping up with who's on offense after this series of events. But just a great job by Charleston to start the drive.
Here's Drew. Makes the shotgun snap, fires slant over the middle. Jay Taylor with a nice catch to the 46. What a first down for Charleston.
Yeah, Taylor just running a skinny post there. Just does a good job. Drew does a great job of just finding him quickly, getting it to him before anybody can get to him, and that's a first down.
2 tight ends grouped to the same side in the offset I formation. Here's a toss out to Swearingen, and Keith plows ahead for another 2-yard gain. And so far for Swearingen, he has 6 yards on 7 carries. Our statisticians, James Walters and Mark Lopez.
Yeah, Carolina doing a great job to start this game, just, bottling up the run and containing it.
Here's Swearingen. This time he breaks loose, but they won't give him the first down. They said he picked up 7.5, but it sure looked like 8 to me, Mike.
Yeah, it looked like 8 to me as well, Colin. That was a great job. Right as I said that, Swearingen does a great job of just, squeezing through. He pushes the guy off of him, makes a great play for about, I would say 8, but the refs want to call it a 7 here, Colin.
They go 3 tight ends. Do they give it to Terrell Sutherland? No, they don't. Second man through Swearingen, and he finishes the job down to the Carolina 31. And yes, we are aware of the scoreboard error. I'm sure it is 3-0 Carolina, not 3-0 Charleston, for those keeping track at home. Here's Drew. Slant over the middle. Lyric Da Vinci, first catch of the day. He picks up 9.
Yeah, great job by Da Vinci, just on a quick, another skinny post here. And I like what Charleston's doing to move the ball. They're just doing, quick, efficient passes. You don't want to take another risk and throw another interception right now. Just try and maintain the clock. And, obviously Swearingen's getting some stuff done. And, just continue what you're doing on the path that you're on, Charleston.
Other than the fullback, here's to get to Swearingen. He picks up 2. Down to the 20, another first down for these Predators.
And you can't ask for more out of your running backs here, Colin. That, Swearingen doing a great job. Obviously Carolina came out shutting the run down originally, but he's found a few open lanes, and he's taken them and really capitalized on those situations.
Trips to the bottom, 4 wide in total for TD Drew out of the gun. He's back to throw, fires it out to Swearingen, has to go back for the ball, but makes some nice forward progress, picks up 5 down to the 14.
Yeah, I know it doesn't seem like much, Colin, but that's a perfect play call. They're probably not going to show the replay, but just so you know, it was a nickel set, I believe, and they had a defensive back blitz, coming from the outside. Offensive line picks it up, and Charleston, to combat it, throws a quick swing route out to the right side. Just great job by Charleston.
They go offset I, single receiver to the bottom is Ken Vaccaro. And Swearingen sheds tacklers, but only picks up a yard for his troubles. And that almost like it'd be the last play of the quarter.
Yeah, it looks like we're ending on that one here. I doubt they're going to snap this before the quarter ends here, but, just another efficient run. You weren't losing yards, ultimately. You'd like to see a little bit more out of that on a second down play, but definitely not bad since Charleston's sitting inside their red zone right now.
3-0 Carolina in front of Charleston. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Twitch. Back here in Charleston, South Carolina at Fort Mulderod Memorial Stadium as the Predators give it off again to Swearingen. Third down, and he didn't get there. Beautiful tackle and made by number 42, Davidson Joseph. Stops him just before he got to the line to gain.
That's going to be another disputed call by fans at home because it looked surely to me, Colin, like he got that, he crossed that line.
They're lining up to go for it. They bring in the extra tight end. Do the Predators. Elon White.
They're just trying to get him to snap here, Colin.
We've seen this work sometimes, but no, they will burn the timeout as the play clock was under 5 at that point.
Yeah, and great job, great discipline on the by the front 7 of Carolina. You know, not jumping and leaving Charleston here to settle for 3 and hopefully to tie this game up.
Interesting note from Mark Lopez. In the first 18 offensive plays, Keith Swearingen touched the ball 13 times in that first quarter.
Wow. Yeah, well, I think it's pretty apparent. We can see what Charleston's game plan coming out here is, you know, trust their running back, you know, try and control the clock. And I think that's what you've got to do. You know, they're trying to limit Carolina to points. You know, they come into this game 27 points per game, averaging Carolina, that is. I think Charleston's done a good job so far. How about you?
They've done a good job. And the emphasis on the run game for Charleston offensively is somewhat surprising because Carolina is 10th coming in and 84 rush yards allowed per game. But they're dead last in defending the pass with 357 yards allowed per game through the air.
That drive there, Colin, by Charleston was 11 plays of 47 yards. It's a pretty good drive.
Pretty good indeed. Let's see if Carolina can hold on to the ball. So far they've had 5 plays, only gained 20 yards both of the drives. 2 of the 3 drives have ended in interceptions. Let's see if Matt South can take better care of the football. He starts 1st and 10 at the 26. Here's South, quick drop, slant over the middle, caught by Harish Prasad for the first down to the 38.
Yeah, Colin, and you know, if 45, you know, gets in front of that, their linebacker gets in front of that just a little bit earlier, that's an interception, and he's got 2 on for the day, but just barely misses that. Just a great job by Carolina to, you know, find the open spot. You know, South does a good job finding the open receiver, timing that route.
12 yards on the play. It'll be 1st and 10. As we approach 9:15, counting to go in the second quarter, we're all tied up at 3. 4-3 defense from Charleston. As South takes a quick drop, fires it out to Tony Zoma. That guy's been busy, picks up another 3 yards on that reception as he goes out of bounds at the 41.
And once again, just another quick out route by Zoma. And, you know, Carolina's been eating with these all day, Colin. Just I definitely think that they're seeing a weak spot in Charleston, and I wouldn't expect to see one of those break for a big gain.
Leading receiver for Carolina is Heath McDaniel Jr. in terms of yards as well as touchdowns. He has only one target so far, and another nice pass by South. Out of bounds at the 46, and that is Vince DeSantis, the other tight end, number 86, to set up a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, they're just exploiting on those out routes here. You know, obviously they're seeing that Charleston's playing back and not really covering the flats, and I like it. You know, it's a 3rd and 3 here. I would go back to the same thing ultimately.
Logan Jack in the backfield, dotting the I formation. 3 wide receivers. South, deep drop, fires an out route. You called it, Mike, as the catch is made by Heath McDaniel Jr. at the 44.
Yeah, McDaniel Jr. just doing a really good job on that out route. And, you know, they're once again, Charleston just playing back. You know, they're taking what Carolina's given them, and Carolina's taking advantage of that right now, Colin.
How they line up. DeSantis in the backfield. It's part of a power eye look to the weak side. And they'll give off the Logan Jack, and Jack gets stopped on the line of scrimmage with a big pop from Jack Brown, the linebacker, number 42.
Yeah, that's a household name there, Jack Brown, and does a great job. You see why, Colin. He does a great job containing the run and shooting the gap and really solidifying that run defense for Charleston.
3 wide receivers, 2 to the bottom. Sam Avalis in the slot, along with Heath McDaniel Jr. South goes to the 2 receiver side, and he finds McDaniel down there, and he gets out of bounds at the 33.
If it ain't broke, Colin, don't fix it, right? Just put them to the other side and run the same route. I'm telling you, Carolina is seeing something in this Charleston defense, and they're taking advantage of it right now, Colin.
Logan Jack is in the backfield. So far, he has 1 catch for 1 yard and 2 carries for no yards. And this will be another pass. This time to Arish Prasad. Sam Avalis, rather. Tackle made by Johnny Bravo. Avalis picks up 4 yards on the play, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Avalis just another out route here. And if I'm Charleston, I'm going 2 bump or 2 man or something right now and get some coverage on the outsides. You know, maybe press up.
It looks like the corner's pressing now as they line up again in the power eye. Again, they give to Logan Jack, and Jack, who had 48 yards last week in the win over and the loss to London, picks up 6 there.
Yeah, just a good job there, by the defense of Charleston. Contain them, put them in a 3rd down situation. But again, here you've got these corners playing so far off.
They give to Jack on 3rd and 4, and he picks up the 1st down to the 19. Took a little while for him to get warmed up. I said he was a key player today. He had to perform better than he has the previous weeks. He's a great catcher on the backfield, but his rushing statistics sometimes leave a little bit to be desired. And if Carolina wants to keep the playoff hopes alive, I said Jack must be the key player here.
Keep an eye on these corners again. They're playing so far off, Colin.
Yeah, good, probably 8 yards off the line of scrimmage, but that time it works. As Tommy Zanardi knocked that away, a pass intended for Heath McDaniel.
Yeah, great job coming up, and I just said that they're playing so far off, and it was a little worrisome, but he does a great job coming up and making a play on that ball. They're just trying to go back to another out route, and they jumped in front of it. We're seeing this Charleston defense make some changes.
And they go 3 backs in the backfield. Fullback is Freddie Greer in front of Logan Jack, and Jack gets stopped in the backfield for a loss of 1 by big number 54, Joseph Saboka.
Front 7 for Charleston playing very, very disciplined today, only allowing Jack really to break through 1 time, which is just recently here, Colin, and just a great job. They've got to keep this up if they want to win this game.
They need to get to about the 10-yard line if they want to get a 1st down. South fires an out route that won't be enough as it only gets him to the 16. Catch made on the play by Mike Odinson, reserve wide receiver. And
Yep.
Whistle Jones on for another field goal attempt.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to see there by Charleston. I know I was giving him slack for playing a little far off there, but in a 3rd and long situation, you want to protect those sticks, and they do a great job doing that on 3rd down.
Field goal from 33 by Jones is good. And that is his 21st make of the year. He was a perfect 19 for 19 coming in, and now make it 21 of 21. We have a 6-3 game with 5:02 left in the second quarter.
Looks like we got a little bit of anything you can do, I can do better. Carolina on that drive, 13 plays for 56.
Back-to-back 10-plus play scoring drives for either team as Jay Taylor, ooh, he got lit up like a Christmas tree as he gets knocked back to the 27.
Just smacked. And you know what? People at home, those of you watching at home, special teams matters, okay? Special teams matters. And if you can have good special teams, you're going to win some football games. Just great coverage by them.
Ken Vaccaro. This guy is a pretty big impact player for Charleston, but so far they haven't needed him much. He has only got one target. And this pass is knocked away beautifully. On the play, Lance DeLuke.
Yeah, just a dangerous throw there for Drew, just trying to force it when he really shouldn't. He had the check down, and his running back out into the side, and he should have taken the check down there or just thrown it away. But you don't want to see those. If you're coach, you're probably biting your nails right now.
I formation, 2 tight ends. Here's to get the Swearinger in the backfield, but real good tackle. And he was able to get 3 yards out of it, but that easily could have been a loss.
29 on 13 carries. We're starting to get up there, but we've got to get this average up here for Charleston if they want to continue to have success on the ground and not become one-dimensional.
He's averaging 12.2 right now. TD Drew is back to throw, fires, and it's complete, but only 3 yards short of the sticks. And Daniel Blumenthal with the reception, and head coach Jacob Clear is not a happy camper there.
You see Clear just grabbing his player by the face mask and saying, "Hey, what are you doing? You need 3 more yards for this first down. You gotta be aware of this kind of stuff."
And here is the punt by Wally Saddle. First of the day for either team. And Prasad gets it up to 31. So his team's in front by 3 points. Neither team has scored an offensive touchdown yet. This Carolina Skyhawk team is high-flying. They average in the neighborhood of 27 points a game so far. They've only been able to muster 2 field goals. Let's see if that changes here. Throw out to Logan Jack, and Jack will pick up 4 yards, 2nd and 6. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.sfl.net. Simulationfl.net. SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Ooh, that pass was knocked away by Hoffman. That'll set up a 3rd and 6.
Again, Hoffman almost getting his second interception of the game. And if you're the defensive coach at Charleston, you're probably shaking your head right now because it clear cut hit him directly in the hands. I mean, you got to catch that as a linebacker.
Crowd picks up a chant of defense. Here's South Fires, and it's caught for the first down by Heath McDaniel Jr. to the 41-yard line as we're fast approaching the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, just another out route, Colin. Charleston's going to challenge that here. That's not surprising. I was about to say, it didn't look like he got that first down.
First look at our 62. And what does the eye in the sky see?
I don't think his feet touched the ground, Colin.
And he had to get to the 40. Looks like he was knocked back.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The home team.
And Charleston wins the challenge.
Fourth down.
Excellent job there by head coach Jacob Clear, just seeing, and making sure his eyes didn't deceive him, and, throwing that flag. And that's a big, big win for Charleston as it holds Carolina to 4th and inches.
The punt will be returned to the 31. So the challenge works, and the Skyhawks give up the ball.
Well, we'll see what Charleston decides to do out here, on offense, because it looks to me they've been trying to run the ball a lot, and they're trying to bring those safeties of Carolina up. We'll see what happens.
Again, another first down handoff, and this time this will pick up 4 yards. See the average yards per carry for Swearingen sitting at 2.4. You hope to get that up as the game progresses.
Yeah, just a great job up the middle by Swearingen, just finding an open lane and getting a gain of 4 on first down.
Corners for the Skyhawks playing off toward the sticks. But it'll be another handoff to Swearingen. He's got room, picks up a first down. Tackle made by Sherban Prasad.
Excellent job by the big guys up front getting out and making that block. Watch this. You're going to see the guard pull out, and he's going to take that block right there, number 75, and that creates a lane right there for Swearingen to run in between and pick up that first down. Great job.
Fred Dukes with the outstanding block as we've reached a 2-minute warning. Carolina in front, 6-3. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Twitch.
What's up, everyone? I'm Doug. What's up, everyone? I'm Doug. Oh my God.
I'm Doug Brown, running back, Mud Dogs. That's Potty, Kicker, Dragons. That's Benny Butcher, DT, Dragons. We the Simpot, the late night SFL podcast. Check us out on YouTube and Twitter.
Welcome back to Charleston, South Carolina. Predators only down by 3, 6-3. And Keith Swearingen explodes up the middle, picks up yardage to the midfield stripe. Are you a next level fan? Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player. Join our community. Check out league leaders. We got all the stats from season 17 of SFL action and track game, season, and career numbers of all the players over time who've gone from couch to field. The Simulation Football League 17 season strong. 2nd and 2. Drew has to dump this off to Swearingen, and Swearingen, with a couple of nice moves, picks up a first down to the 42.
Looking like a tornado out there, Colin. Just an excellent job. Way to step back for Drew. You can see he drops back. He's going to look downfield. He has nobody open, so he takes his check down, which is what you're taught to do, and Swearingen makes a big play out of it and gets him a first down.
2 timeouts remaining. Swearingen picks up 4 yards. And here we go with the hurry up. It's a pretty good set for Charleston. And they won't pass out of it this time. This time it'll go to the Swearingen. It gets knocked down at the 36. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Got to hurry up, Colin.
Everybody gets set. I don't know what he's waiting for. Everybody's set. And Drew finally snaps. The ball goes over the middle. First down, and timeout's called with 27 seconds left as that pass is complete to Da Vinci.
Yeah, I love the play call there, Colin. They just go hurry up quick, and you think that they're going, with a quick swing route outside, but just does a great job getting it to their backup tight end or their second string tight end just on just a little check down up the middle. I don't think Carolina was expecting it at all.
For Da Vinci, that's his 2nd catch of the day. 1st and 10 at the 31.
And every play on this drive has gone to Swearingen, Colin.
Almost every play. The throw is incomplete. Looking for Da Vinci again. He was popped at the last minute. It'll be 2nd and 10 with 23 seconds left. The SFL's 17th postseason gets underway on Next Level Sports and for the fans. Saturday, October 16th and Sunday, October 17th with wild card round matchups. For the newest SFL participants, the SFL Minor League SFLM kicks off its 4th season on Friday, October 15th. The SFL's YouTube channel is home to all new minor league action at youtube.com/SimulationFL. To get on the field and into the action, visit SimulationFL.net to create a player today. And Ken Vaccaro drops the pass over the middle. He would have had a nice catch, but I think the fact that he dropped it turned out to be the better play. 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, it stops the clock there, Colin, and I think that's really what you want here for Charleston, but nonetheless, he's going to have to do 100 push-ups on practice come Monday.
Oh, here's the formation we haven't seen. They empty the backfield. Go 4 wide. Da Vinci to tight end on the line of scrimmage is the 5th eligible receiver. And they go to Da Vinci, but Da Vinci went backwards. In fact, they mark him back at the 32. Not the greatest execution, and they'll let the rest of this wind down.
And that's called being
time with 3 seconds.
That's called being ahead of yourself a little bit there, Colin. And as you can see, he was trying to make a move to miss the defenders before he even had possession of the ball, pretty much. And that was what was going on in his mind, and didn't even realize which way he was running. Just a not a good heads-up play there for Charleston, and really hurts his team on that one.
Brad Burchett came into the day attempting 22 field goals, making 18 of them. His 22 attempts coming in were the 4th most. He's already made 1. This will be his 2nd of the day. This one will be from about 48, 49 yards left hash.
Isn't an easy kick to
Warren
make.
King. Snap, spot, kick is on the way. It's good. And we have a 6-6 game as clock expires in the first half.
Well, I think, Colin, looking at this game and looking at this score right now, I would say Charleston's pretty happy with this result. As we mentioned a couple times, Carolina coming into this game averaging 27 points per game. I think Charleston's got them right where they want them right now, but we'll see, because Carolina is known to be a high-flying offense. I mean, is it a matter of time before they get going? What do you think, Colin?
It certainly looks that way. Both these teams are high-flying, particularly Carolina as far as offensive points go. But Charleston was number 2 against the pass. They allowed 239. They got 98 so far against Matt South. But it's just really been a defensive struggle, and the numbers bear that out as James Walters and Mark Lopez have compiled the numbers for us. Keith Swearingen, 50 yards, rushing on 17 carries. Logan Jack, 9 yards on just 5 carries. He also has 2 catches for 5 yards. But it's been a lot of that. A lot of turnovers, interceptions. Monty White with the first Carolina.
Yeah, and we've definitely seen both of these teams kind of cool down their hype a little bit, if you will, and start to go more to the running game. And I think that that's what it should have been from the beginning. But this honestly, this matchup, Colin, might come down to which running back has a better performance.
Edie Drew, 11 of 15, 72 yards, an interception. Leading receiver is Buchanan Simons, 1 catch for 19 yards. Matt South, 14 of 20, 95 yards, and those 2 interceptions. Standout defensive performers have 1 interception each from both Zach Lay and Jack Hoffman. Leading tackler, when you combine both numbers, is Jack Brown with 5 total tackles, 3 solo. And for Carolina, Monty White, 4 solo tackles, leads his team. Both kickers have made 2 field goals. Both these teams not very good on third down. 2 for 6 for Carolina and 3 of 8 for Charleston. As Carolina will kick it off to Charleston to begin the third. So we have a double dip opportunity for the men in black.
Yeah, this is a big chance, Colin, for them to go up here.
They'll start from the 25-yard line. First and 10. Toss out the Swearingen. That hasn't worked very well. He gets stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain by Siobhan Prasad.
Yeah, Colin, I don't think we've seen any of these toss plays go well. If I'm Charleston, I'm looking to run Swearinger up the middle or get him on a swing pass or a screen outside.
You know who hasn't touched the ball at all is either in the run game or the pass game, as we've seen sometimes, is Terrell Sutherland, number 44. And just as I say that, the guy goes out and catches the pass. He picks up 2 yards to set up a 3rd and 8.
Boy, you called it, Colin. That is a great job. Yeah, Sutherland getting his first touch of the game here, picking up, just a few, only 2 there, but sets up a 3rd and 8 for Charleston, and this is a big down for them, Colin.
And they go trips to the bottom or single receiver to the top. This is where we've seen some problems before. And Drew goes down to Jay Taylor, picks up a first down to the 38. And boy, is he excited.
Yeah, great job by Taylor there. It looked like he was just running a corner route or an out route, maybe an out route, and he just got caught in stride. But nonetheless, finding a weak spot in Carolina's defense and exploiting it, and a great first down for Charleston.
Look at this crowding of the box with 3 tight ends against the nickel 3-3 from Carolina. Here's the throw out to the fullback, Sunderland, his 2nd catch on this drive. He picks up 5 this time.
Well, Colin, I think you might have put a little bit of luck on his name, and they're starting to say, well, you know what? Maybe the coaches are at home. Jacob Clear might be listening to this saying, you know what? Maybe we should get Sutherland involved.
6'4", 236 is a fullback picked in the 2nd round with the 7th pick in that round. As there tried to be a nice catch on the sideline. It'll be about 4 yards to Ken Vaccaro, his first catch. Sets up a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, dangerous throw there, Colin. That corner was pressing in and almost made a play on it, but luckily Drew just puts it right where it needs to be.
I formation. Swearingen donning the eye. He gets it on 3rd and 2. He got it to the 49.
And that's why you pay him the money. That's why you pay him the money, is to push through and get those 3rd and short situations. You know, capitalize on those 3rd and short situations. Great job by Charleston. I love how this drive is looking so far, and a new set of downs.
Fully are feeling it right now. They're in a rhythm. Here's the throw out to Swearingen. Offensive lineman missed a block, and as a result, Keith only picks up 1 yard on the swing.
I was just about to say, this is what happens whenever one player fails to meet, you know, his expectations on a certain play. It's a team effort, and if that offensive lineman hits that block right there, that's an 8-yard, probably 9-yard gain on that play.
They go 3 wide, offset single back to the left. Buchanan Simons to the bottom. Jay Taylor in the slot along with Ken Vicara up top. Here's the throw, and it's complete to Simons. His 2nd catch of the day is good enough for Charleston. First down to the Skyhawk 40-yard line.
Yeah, great coverage on that play by the defender, but just a better catch. You know, you as a quarterback, you got to have guys on the outside that you can trust in contested situations, and I think Drew's got that in Simons there.
Are on the slot now as they go out of the twins' eye. Look over the middle, nearly intercepted on the play by number 56, Chad Stinson. He got his mitts up there, but ultimately couldn't come down with the ball.
Yeah, Colin, and he had Swearingen on the outside, just a quick little swing route, wide open. If he would have gotten the ball to his running back, that would have been a 15, 20-yard gain. Just got to make the right decisions here, Drew.
And they go 3 tight ends. In I formation, straight eye this time. And they'll throw it out to the fullback again, Terrell Sutherland, but this time he gets knocked back after a pickup of 2.
Yeah, pretty much. It looks like they went back to, you know, pretty much the same route concept that they were at just now whenever I said. And that was Sutherland on that, making a good play, you know, only picking up 2 there. But still, it sets them in a 3rd and manageable, at least.
And they go 4 wide. This time they have trips to the top. Simons is all by himself to the bottom. 1-on-1 coverage. Drew going to the trip side, and it's intercepted again.
What an athletic play.
That is Monty Wyatt. 2nd pick of TD Drew. And Carolina gets the defensive stop plus a turnover.
Man, Wyatt's having himself a day here. I guess he heard about Zach Lay on the other side of the field, you know, coming out here with interceptions, 7 on the year, and he said, you know what, I'm gonna knock a couple off that board today for myself. Just a great job jumping in front of that post route. Wyatt does an excellent job. Not only does it athletically as well.
And Carolina will come out with the standard pro set backfield. 3 wide receivers. Heath McDaniel Jr. in the slot. Sam Avalis all by himself to the top of the formation. South. Oh, he threw it back to them. Up the tip drill. It's number 43.
Wow.
Corey Meaner grabs it off the deflection. And just as before,
Oh
when
my
Carolina
God.
does something good, Charleston gets it right back.
I said it earlier, Colin. We've got an anything you can do, I can do better situation going on right now between Carolina and Charleston. Look at the score, 6-6. We've had 2 situations with back-to-back interceptions, and this is unbelievable, Colin. I've never seen anything like this.
It's certainly one of the more strange occurrences you will see. Trust me, I've seen plenty of strange occurrences here in the broadcast booth and, you know, watching my own team play, especially last night. Oh, boy. Incomplete Terrell Sutherland, unable to hold in 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you know, really just I'm having trouble. I'm not going to lie, Colin. I'm having trouble here just even realizing who's on offense right now because it's been back and forth, back to, you know, multiple times. Anyways, Charleston, Drew, you know, just throwing off his back foot there and missing a wide open throw.
Offset eye. Throw down the middle. It's intercepted.
I am I am at a
Oh
loss for
my
words, Colin.
word, Kane Vasquez grabs that one out of the air.
What? Oh my. These secondaries are they're just padding their numbers today. That's all they're doing. But this is unbelievable.
You know, you expect to see a lot of turnovers because teams have 5, sometimes 6 defensive backs, but this rash of turnovers in a row is highly unusual. South, this time, manages to complete it to his teammate. This is Vincent Santos. He picks up 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, just a nice check down there. I think after the recent occurrence in events here in this game, Colin, maybe play it safe. Let's go with the run game a little bit. Let's try and get Logan Jack involved a little bit. I think that's what Carolina needs to do here.
So, turns, gives to Jack. Jack has all kinds of room, breaks a tackle, and gets out to the 33 for his best run of the day. And the man they call the Wolverine showing off the speed as well as the moves.
Yeah, just a great job by Jack. And like I just said, let's get him involved. Let's get this running back involved. Colin, you said at the beginning of this game that he was a key factor to this performance today. If Carolina's going to win this game, they've got to get Jack, going. And just a great job there.
Now they go 4 wide with the tight end split out. South over the middle, throws another interception. And this time it's Jack Brown. It's Jack
That
Brown.
one's going to the house.
To the end zone for touchdown on the Big 6.
They call this, Colin, the law of averages. Whenever there's this many interceptions going on in a game, one of them's bound to go back to the house and get some points, right?
Oh my goodness. Now both the linebackers have an interception, but this time Jack Brown turns around and runs it into the end zone.
And I'll tell
Virtually
you,
untouched.
coming into this game, Colin, you know this, when we met to put key notes on this game, I said Charleston's defense has to have points on the board today if they plan on beating Carolina. And sure enough, they do a great job, and just a linebacker making an athletic interception. It wasn't anything special. He was just in quarters coverage and zone and just really, makes a great catch. Just a great job by Charleston.
Getting around behind him to grab the ball, that's got to be a top 10 play of the week.
It's got to be. It's going to be on the highlights. Mark that down. And that was just a great play. Way to capitalize on Charleston, on behalf of Charleston. Way to capitalize, and actually put some points up from this defense that's already gotten a few takeaways.
And Harish Prasad in the chat says, this game is on track. Buddy, if you think this is crazy, you should have seen the Louisiana game last night. That whole last sequence, that could be the subplot of a whole book in and of itself.
Absolutely. That LA Vancouver as well last night had 10 total interceptions, Colin.
First and 10 at the 27. Split backs. 3 wide receivers. Can Matt South hold on to the ball? It's a good start as Logan Jack picks up 5 yards on first down to set up 2nd and 5.
A tough play. Just a tough play by Jack. Just a great job making a couple guys miss. And, just really power running through there and getting 5 yards on first down, just setting up a great 2nd down situation for Carolina.
2nd and 5. It's Harish Prasad on a wing. He'll dump this off short. And it'll lost yardage. Vince DeSantis caught the ball, but his forward momentum carried him backwards. And he lost. They're going to call it 2. Corey Meaner recording the TFL.
Just a bad throw by South, really just setting his receiver up in a bad situation.
Here's South. Throws. It's caught. For the first down to the 47, Heath McDaniel.
From a bad throw to a good throw, Colin. Just a great job there for, feeding the ball to Heath McDaniel. It is contested, but he puts it on the inside, where McDaniel's got inside leverage on that jump ball, and just a great job putting it where it needed to go.
Johnny Bravo, the man defending. For those of you keeping track, it's been 7 combined interceptions. And that was nearly number 8, as Jack Brown almost got his hands on another one.
Jack Brown showing why he's a household name here, Colin. Just making a diving pass breakup here. They call those PBUs. Just a great job, just dropping back into the middle third, and he knows that post route's coming, and just a great job. Or actually, it's just a seam route there by the tight end. Just a great job. Nearly has that ball, too.
Laid out for it. This will be a 2nd and 10. They go 4 wide receivers. South turns, throws, complete. That is to number 18, Odinson. South is actually outthrowing Drew in terms of yards.
It's been an unbelievable game, Colin. And, on that play right there, just a great job by the receiver. Now, if the receiver makes that cut just a split second earlier, that's a first down.
3rd and 3. Whole playbook's open here. Throw out to Jack. Jack has to make some moves. He does. He broke a tackle and made a spin off the defender so he could get past the marker. What an effort by Wolverine Logan Jack.
I think he's putting the team on his shoulders right now and saying, you know what, somebody's got to step up for this Carolina team. We need this first down. It's a crucial play, and it just gets the call to order there. Just does a great job.
Single back 4 wide. Looking at the dime defense. Here's the throw. Adamson again picks up 6 yards.
Yeah, just another quick out route there in the, Carolina's just, we saw them taking advantage of this earlier in the game, Colin, and it looks like they're just going back to it, Ultimately, the coach is just saying, let's go back to what works. We've thrown too many interceptions.
Yeah, and they line up. Vince DeSantis in the backfield next to the fullback, that is Greer, as Jack gets the carry, and Logan Jack picks up 5 yards. Settle the 3rd and 1. They are currently at the Charleston 30-yard line, but they would love a touchdown to make things even.
You're not kidding, and Carolina's doing a great job on this drive of just being balanced. They're trying to do whatever they can to not be one-dimensional.
3rd and 1, 2 tight ends either side. Here's to get to Jack. Logan Jack picks up the first down to the 27 as well. Markham.
Jack's picking up some steam here, Colin. Just a really good run, tough run up the middle, and credit to the offensive line for giving him some space. You got one safety and one-on-one coverage up top.
Playing off a bit. South with a 7-step drop. Fires way down, and it's intercepted. Intercepted this time for the 2nd time by Zach Lay, who returns it to the 15. And this Charleston defense comes up. Aces once again.
Just unbelievable. Great play there. Now, here's the thing, Colin, if that's a corner route, if that goes to the end of the end zone, I think that's a touchdown one-on-one coverage. But they just run a post route. They haven't learned. Every interception just about tonight has been off of post routes. Both of these teams are doing a great job, protecting the middle, and these teams are not learning.
The backfield set for Drew as Swearens split out wide. Drew fires. Curl route complete to Vaccaro for 5 yards. Visit the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL for an archive of every game, every draft, every moment you might have missed since the Simulation Football League got its start in 2013. SFL YouTube features top 10 plays of the week, archived people behind player segments, and all the major milestones in league history. Here's the kid to Swearingen up the middle. He gets the first down. They'll give it to him at the 25.
I don't know how he stayed on his feet there, Colin. Just in the middle of the muck right there, and just somehow pushes it out for a first down. Great job by Swearingen.
Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotion. We've reached the end of the third quarter. It's 13-6, Charleston in front. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Twitch. So we start the fourth and final quarter with a 2nd and 5 on the Charleston 30-yard line. They're up 13-6, courtesy of a defensive pick six by Jack Brown.
Drew calling an audible here.
Drew, the left-handed passer, fires out to Buchanan Simons, who gets knocked out of bounds at his own 39-yard line for the first down.
Yeah, I don't think that was the original play, Colin. I think that was a great job. You could see Drew calling an audible at the beginning. I think he saw that Carolina was playing. They're going to drop back in deep zone, so he called for his receiver to run an out route, and just a great job picking up the first down.
APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collections, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore our library and find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. 2nd and 8. There's a big player for Carolina's defense, Monty White. He has 2 interceptions. It's just every time he's gotten his offensive ball, they've given it right back. It's kind of been the story of this game as Keith Swearingen takes the carry. Will get wrapped up in the backfield. They'll say he lost yardage back to the 40.
Yeah, just a great job by Carolina's defense to pile up and swarm the running back there, and Charleston, for the first time in a long time, doesn't get anything out of that run play.
Again, they go trips to the bottom. This formation's been where most of their interceptions come off of. They don't turn it over this time, but they'll still end up 3 yards short of the stick.
Yeah, just a great little spot route there, and just an awesome job by Drew getting it to his receiver, and just really, you really want to see them pick up the first down there, but at least you're not throwing an interception, given how this game's gone so far.
Punt is away from Charleston. A reach for Saad, gets tackled at the 13.
Great punt coverage.
Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and many SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotion. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys, customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6 and 97 Sports Promotion. And the SFL as that pass is complete over the middle to Heath McDaniel Jr., and that's his 5th reception on 7 targets of the day.
Yeah, Carolina just playing with fire here, coming out and running another post route after how many interceptions today? I mean, he finds an open spot there, but if I'm Carolina, I'm staying away from the middle of the field like that because Charleston's proven they're going to take the ball away again.
Here's Matt South under center. Quick throw over the middle. Nice catch made by the receiver, Harish Prasad. Picks up 4.
Yeah, good job. The defense was just showing blitz right up the middle, number 45, and he actually drops back into coverage, and he knows that quick little dump off is coming there and does a great job stopping Prasad before he makes any damage.
But back South. Medium drop back, throws it out,
Woo!
and Harish again, knocked down to the turf. He'll set up a 3rd and 4. Looked like a quick little hook route, but unfortunately for Prasad, he was unable to get any yak once he caught the ball.
Yeah, it was Prasad just taking 2 back-to-back big hits. It's a crucial 3rd down here, Colin, for Carolina.
3rd and 4. Sky Oxford been all right on 3rd down, 5 of 9, and the throw is nearly intercepted. Josh Reese stuck his paws up there and knocked that away, and another punt coming for the Skyhawks.
Carolina going for another post route here. They're just fearless. I mean, South is just fearless today. Going for another post route, and sure enough, Charleston jumps up and breaks it up, so They've got to go back to the run game. They've got to get something going.
Punt is away. Fair catch called at the 25. 7:30 to go. Charleston in front, 13-6. Buchanan Simons now lines up in the slot. Press coverage on Picaro, who's outside. Swearingen dots the eyes. Swearingen will get it on 1st down. Swearingen picks up 6 yards before Kane Vasquez brings it down.
Yeah, great job by Vasquez there, just cleaning it up, on the back end. But if Swearingen makes a cut, half a second earlier and doesn't get hung up on that teammate, that's a touchdown.
Here's a carry again, and this time he loses a yard, goes back to the 30. Shervon Prasad, we've called his name an awful lot today. That is his 3rd assisted tackle. He's 5 solo.
Yeah, just all over the field for Carolina. Just a great tackle, just doing a good job forcing this Charleston team into a 3rd down situation.
Here's Drew. In the gun, and this time it's gun straight, and they'll run the slant, pump over the middle. Ooh, that could have been real dangerous as Simon dropped the ball, and there were a bunch of gray shirts in the area.
I'm speechless, Colin. This is unbelievable. I just don't understand. These teams have got to get these running backs more involved. They need to take the easy routes. They need to take take the short, easy 3 or 5 yards and just build it up over time. They've got to do something. Charleston's got to do something because they can't keep giving Carolina the ball in these situations.
Harish Prasad on the return gets tackled at the 37. At the conclusion of today's doubleheader on Florida fans, highly anticipated Week 12 schedule will be finalized as teams make their late push for the postseason. Week 12 action on Next Level Sports will be broadcast Saturday, October 9th from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern, and for the fans, Sunday, October 10th from 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern. When will your team play next weekend? Stay tuned. You'll find out at the end of the broadcast. Logan Jack with a nice hurdle move picks up 6 yards.
Yeah, great job by Jack just running up the middle. Like I was just saying, like these teams need to get the run back involved again. You really can't do anything right now. There's been so many interceptions and so many turnovers. Start changing it up a little bit. Great job there on first down by Jack.
Jack now up to 41 yards on 10 carries. Remember, he had 48 yards last week versus London. As South fires again. Oh, almost a one-handed catch by Vince DeSantis, but it was knocked out of his hand by the defender on the play. Let's see who that was. That was
Number
that was
41.
Zach Lay.
Number 41, Zach Lay, just doing a great job. Almost intercepting that one again in the middle of the field, Colin. Just doing what a safety's supposed to do. It's just a simple post route, and really, Carolina's got to do something here. They need to maybe go back to the out routes.
Or maybe put it in the hands of their tailback again. He's in the power eye on 3rd and 4. Blitz being shown by Charleston. And they come with the blitz, and they stop Jack after a 1-yard gain to make it a 4th and 3.
Yeah, I don't know, Colin. Carolina can't continue to keep giving the ball back to Charleston on these 3rd down situations. 4th and 4th down. It's just they've got to clean it up. They've got to get it together if they want to stay in this game.
Here is the punt away from Mike Johnson. Fair catch is called at the 23.
If I'm Charleston here with the ball, Colin, I'm running the ball. I'm trying to do everything I can to stay ahead of the chains, giving it, taking the 2 or 3 yard routes even, and getting the successful and getting Drew back into a rhythm again, just trying to burn this clock down.
Here's 4 wide out of the gun. Drew back to throw. Throws the out route, and that is caught for a 9-yard gain by Jay Taylor.
And Carolina's playing the right coverage on this here, Colin. Just, they're really, the corner's right where he needs to be, to undercut the ball. And really, he could have made a play on that, but just a really well-placed ball by Drew.
D.D. Drew gives off the Swearens and picks up a first down to the 34. And that clock continues to wind down as we're now 4:40 and counting.
Like I said, Colin, this is what you want to do in this situation. Charleston needs to maintain possession of the clock. They've got the lead right now, and it hasn't been a pretty game. Your offense really hasn't done much of anything. Just do enough on this drive.
Now they bring out the 3rd tight end, Albert Russell, number 40. They give off to Swearens. Swearens kind of room, gets a block from Sutherland and picks up yardage to the 43. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Yeah, great job. Just having just a stretch run. He's got a lead blocker in front of him. Just does a good job capitalizing, on a great designed run. And now it sets him up in a 2nd and 1 situation, which is a great position to be in if you're Charleston.
2nd and 1. Ball on the 43. They come out in the same formation. And against this light box, they get the first down to the 44. They give them forward progress.
Yeah, forward progress really helping them out there. They pick up the first down. They continue this drive, and Charleston is doing everything that they can right now to make sure they walk home with a win. If I'm Carolina, you've got to play the run. You've got to be expecting the run right now. Charleston's just trying to milk this clock. Carolina needs to stack the box, and they need to get a stop here.
They bring in an extra defensive lineman, 4 down linemen, sort of a nickel look. Here Stearns gets a Swearens, and he gets the combo tackle by low. Picks up 3 yards. 2nd and 7.
Yeah, just a good job by the defense containing him to 3 yards, holding him. I know 3 yards kind of for in this situation sounds like a lot, but it does a really good job. And when you've been giving up 9-yard runs and 8-yard runs the previous plays, 3 yards is pretty nice.
It's between the play clock and the game clock. They'll have to snap it one more time before we get to 2 minutes. Be a 2nd and 7. Drew doing a good job milking the clock. And he gets 2 yards to Swearingen up to the 49. We've hit the 2-minute warning. It's 13-6. Charleston in front, looking to play spoiler to the Skyhawks playoff chances. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on Twitch. Welcome back to Charleston, South Carolina. Predators have it, 3rd and 5 on their own 49, looking to salt this one away. They lead 13-6, and Keith Swearingen hits the handoff, picks up a yard exactly to 50, and Carolina has to burn their first time out with 1:58 left.
And here's where it gets interesting, Colin. This is Carolina gets a big stop there on 3rd and 4, or 3rd and 5, excuse me. And this is an awesome situation for Carolina to be in. You've got 2 timeouts. They've been trying these deep shots down the field, and truthfully, all it takes is one to connect. We could see this game go into overtime.
We did see them go to the outs earlier, but when they've been trying to do the deep shots, to say they've had bad luck is putting it rather mildly. That South has thrown 5 interceptions, including a pick 6 to Jack Brown, responsible for the game's only touchdown. All other points have come on field goals. And the Skyhawks will start from their own 14 with 1:49 to go. 2 timeouts.
Yep. Defensive backs are pressing up.
Corners playing press. You see all 11 defenders on your screen. Matt South over the middle. Oh, that could have been real dangerous. Heath McDaniel Jr. was open, but he didn't stick his hands out to grab the ball.
Oh man! And Carolina is they're shaking their head right now because that really, truthfully, that could have been that was the best availability that they've had on a post route all day.
If I'm Harish Prasad, I'm basically pulling my hair out of my head at this point. It's just so frustrating. And they try it, but this time he connects. Like you said, it only takes one, and they go down to the 44.
Wow, just wide open down the middle of the field, and I'm trying to catch. I didn't get to catch what the safety was doing there. They had one safety deep. And I don't know if he dropped down, but he was not in position where he needed to be. Just a great job capitalizing on that.
And he was so open. If he gets him a little more in stride instead of trying to overthrow him, that could have been 6 points out the gate.
Well, here's the thing, Colin. It's 1st and 10, and at least this way they keep possession of the time.
Yeah, time is key. South. Still Logan Jack. Knocked out of bounds on the play by number 24. Knocked out of bounds on the play by number 28, John Stickmano. It'll
Yeah,
be 2nd and 6.
And just going back to that play, Colin, that deep play, I could say that a one-play touchdown would be a great thing. But here's the thing. How many times in the SFL have we seen answers to that where Charleston could come back and do another, score another touchdown? You want to take some time here.
Good point is throw another throw out to Jack, and Jack is finding room out to the 40, and here we go with the hurry up as they keep the one timeout in their back pocket.
I love that play. Great job getting it to your running back out in space. He's got the speed to get to the outside and just picks up a great first down.
Twins. South fumble the ball. Ball's picked up.
Oh, my goodness.
They get knocked all the way back for a loss of 9. Still no timeout called. 2nd and 19 as we're now under a minute.
Strong safeties pushed down.
They swing it out to the fullback.
Just a
And
swing
now
route.
They have to call their last time out.
They had their strong safety in the box, Colin. If South sees that, he's got to go ahead. He's giving his guy a one-on-one matchup down the field. If he sees that, if he realizes they've got their safety, their strong safety in the box.
3rd and 16 from the 46. And for the first time all day, Carolina goes 4 wide. Daniel Jr.
What
with a
a
catch down to
catch.
the 18.
What a catch, Colin. Just talking about trusting your guys to go up and get it. We knew that this Carolina offense was a high-flying offense. Let's see what they can do.
Stop. Over the middle low. He missed Versad. He was open, but he threw a bit behind him on the post.
South needs to recollect here, Colin. He needs to drop back. His offensive line's giving him time. He needs to calm down. And this is where you see what quarterbacks are made of, Colin. In these kind of situations, he needs to get calm, collected, and start to really analyze the field and see what kind of coverage he's going up against.
Tight end flexed out. That is Zoma. Back to throw. Going out to Jack. Jack steps out of bounds, stops the clock with 29. It's going to Matt. He's now 29 of 43, 241 yards, 5 interceptions. He's got 3rd and 10 from the 18-yard line.
Could have been worse, Colin. Could have been worse. He didn't lose yards, and he got out of bounds and stops the clock.
4 wide. South. Over the middle, caught. Down to the 2.
On the 2-yard line, here we go. Trust in your running back. We need to say, don't take a risk here. Come on.
They spiked the ball with 14 seconds left, so that gives them time to regroup.
Whew. If I'm Carolina here, Colin, I'm trusting Logan Jack. We said at the beginning that Logan Jack was going to be a key factor to this game. This is exactly what you were predicting right here. I would trust him to go up the middle. I would spread it out and defense spread out the defense and run Jack up the middle.
They go single back, offset left. It'll be a pass to the end zone, incomplete.
At least it stops the clock.
11 seconds, 3rd and goal.
And this is a nail biter, Colin. This is good job there, at least by South, to recognize nobody's open and just throw it away.
Season is on the line for both of these teams. South to the end zone, intercepted for the 6th time.
This one might get called back.
An end zone interception.
This one might get called back. If there's a challenge involved, and it could be, it looked like he stepped out.
We're not going to look at it.
Oh, wow. This could be a... Oh, no. Oh, man. He was out. Oh, my goodness. And Charleston comes away with the nail biter after a... Oh. Wow. That
Oh
was
my
going to cause some
goodness,
controversy.
13-6. The final is over. Oh my goodness.
That one's going to cause some controversy, Colin.
6 turnovers for the Skyhawks proves to be the difference, but the shocking thing is Corey Meaner, the cornerback, grabs the interception.
Wow. I'm just at a loss for words, Colin. That was and here's the thing, you know, if we take a step back out of the frustration and out of all the, you know, franticness of the game, the entire game, if we take a step back and look at it, I think Charleston played the better game ultimately. Okay, and that's not, we're not debating that here in this situation, but what I think is that call should have, that just my opinion, that call, you know, should have been looked at for that interception. And you know, if you're Charleston, congratulations. Obviously, you know, moving on further into the season and keeping your playoff hopes alive. And it's been a crazy game, Colin, and I don't even know. It doesn't surprise me the game ends in this kind of thrill.
Pete McDaniel Jr. finishes with over 125 receiving yards, but ultimately, Matt South throws 6 interceptions.
Here we go.
Including this one right here. Ref signals him inbounds. And the booth doesn't take a look at it. Player of the game, drum roll please. Jack Brown, 8 tackles and an interception return for a touchdown. Also had a pass deflection. Is the player of the game.
I think that's
For
well
James
deserved.
Walters and Mark Lopez, I'm Colin Northup alongside my partner for this week, Mike O'Neill, saying thank you very much for joining us and have a good rest of your day.